So, the Eagle Eye rear peep sight. What's it for? What guns does it fit on? And how do you install it? In the world of competition shooting, for disciplines such as Steel Challenge, SASP, Rimfire Challenge, Metal Madness, speed is kind of everything. And that's why we have gravitated towards using rear peep sights when it comes to iron sight shooting. Peeps are a very well established type of sighting system for long guns like rifles and shotguns, but for a pistol, they offer a lot of the same benefits. A circular rear aperture for the rear sight, especially in conjunction with a front fiber optic sight, meaning you have a front focal point that is a illuminated circle, means that you can pull up a really quick sight picture, aligning this circle in this circle on top of your target, so you can get on target and pull off those shots just that little bit quicker. This product, the rear peep sight, will fit on a number of guns, obviously not just the CP33 I have on here. This will fit a number of firearms such as many of the models of the Ruger Mark IV, the Smith & Wesson SW22 Victory, as well as a whole list of firearms that are available on the product page for this part. It is also an add-on that is compatible with the Tandemkross TX22 Eagle Eye fiber optic sight set, as well as the marksman sight system for the Browning Buckmark, also from Tandemkross. And that is where we'll be doing the installation in just a moment. Before we get on to the installation, we just want to take a moment to go over some of the compatibility notes when it comes to the Ruger Mark series. Since the Ruger Mark series is so popular and it has gone through a number of generations, there are some rear sights that this part will fit into and then others that it will not. So we can go over those right now. Here is an example of an upper that is compatible with the peep sight. You can see that there's an elevation screw on the top here. Windage is on the right side there. And when this is adjusted, this entire rear segment here is going to move left and right. This is compatible. This firearm here shows one that is not compatible. You can see that the rear sight is a good bit different. We still have elevation and windage, but instead of a large block moving when you adjust your windage, when you do so with the small flathead, the only part that is moving is this small blade element. So this is not compatible. Likewise, the base model tapered barrel with the small front sight on a band, this has a fixed rear sight and it is likewise incompatible with the peep. To do this installation, all you need is the firearm itself. In this case, we'll show on a Browning Buckmark with the marksman sight set, as well as a Ruger Mark IV upper. And you'll be using the hardware that is already present on your rear sight. In the case of a factory Ruger rear sight, that is typically a small slotted screw, in which case you'll need a slotted screwdriver. On other firearm models, it might be a small Allen key, such as this marksman sight set for a Browning Buckmark. We use a 1.5mm Allen key. Since this product does fit a large number of firearms, here are two examples, but before you go ahead with the installation, please make sure that you have found the appropriate tool to move your windage adjustment screw, because that is how we will be going about this installation. We can go ahead and show this installation on a Buckmark with the marksman sight system. We can see that it is in fact flagged, so the chamber is empty. There is no magazine as well, just to be extra safe. And we will begin by taking our windage adjustment screw tool, in this case a 1.5 millimeter Allen, and we will loosen the windage adjustment screw and remove it. So we have removed the windage adjustment screw, and you can see that it has a step. So you have the screw cap, a threaded portion, and then an unthreaded smaller diameter tip at the very end. We'll hold on to that for later, and we can go ahead and remove, in this case, the rear sight double fiber optic insert. When you remove this, there is a spring under compression. So what I'll do is I'll take my thumb, place it over the top on this side, and then pull this piece off, and you will see that there's this spring. We'll go ahead, take that spring out. And then with our PEEP, you'll take that spring and drop it in to the appropriately sized counter bore on the PEEP insert. To reinstall, you'll try to hook this in like so. Let's see if I can show it from this angle. To compress the spring and push the PEEP insert into the receiving U-shaped bracket on the elevation arm. With that in place, we can reinstall the screw. Push it across. And then you can tighten that back in. And when you do, it should thread straight across, but just to make sure, you should be able to see on the side opposite the screw cap that the smaller diameter end of the screw has poked through on the other side, and the rear sight isn't tilted up at a off angle. So now the rear PEEP insert has been installed, and the only other thing you'll need to do is bring the gun back out to the range and confirm your windage and elevation are zeroed. And that is all. You have installed the Eagle Eye rear PEEP on your firearm, be it a buckmark like this, TX22 with the Eagle Eye sights, Ruger Mark Series, CP33, Smith & Wesson Victory, and many, many more. Thanks so much for watching.
Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I love the PEEP sight. It allows me to get on target just a little bit faster, get a better sight picture right off the bat. I love it. Here we go. Nice. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. See you next time.
Make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video on whatever social media platform you use. I'm Luke with Tandemkross, and we're here to make your good guns great. Keep up with us on social media for daily updates. I'll see you next time.